came from a small country, Jordan, from the Middle East. I think that even my country is a small country, but it plays like a key role in helping other surrounding countries. It contains one of the biggest refugee camps in the world for our brothers and sisters who came from Syria according to the civil war there. Za'atari refugee camp contains about 300,000 of people there. I had a dream during all my life to get my PhD. I look forward to come here to the land of dreams or land of opportunities, which is the USA. And I started doing my PhD in 2015, but as mentioned, unfortunately, I had an accident just after a short time from my arrival here. I passed difficult health issues. I was totally depressed, anxiety, everything happened to me. Again, it's a circle. Like, you know that, become depressed, had these things, it will affect also your health. You may have like other health issues, blood pressure, diabetes. I could not move, I could not walk when I get my accident. But now I'm better. I had financial problems. I worked 2 part-time jobs here inside the campus. I worked in the library with Dobra, thank you for her, and I worked in my department. My progress, of course, will be down because my progress was not good because I did not have much time to do all my work and my research. I felt like I was totally lost. But after that, I discovered that we have a lot of resources here in MSU, a lot of good advisors, a lot of good people. I did not know about these things before. I don't know why I did not know about most of these facilities here. My progress rise and I'm doing good now in my study. I will graduate and get my PhD. And now I consider myself I change my status from student who get help to student who help other students, especially students with disabilities and especially the international students. I'm not talking about the international students, the undergrad students, of course. I'm talking about the international grad students. I'm focused on this group for several reasons. Like those international students or grad students, when they came here, they face a new life, a new traditions, new laws, like a new language. International students, grad students, are low-income students. Low-income students, because we are low-income students. We may have families. We may. I have child. I could not pay money for my child to put him in a daycare, for example, so that my child is not happy because he is all the time in his home. But I will tell you later that I found a lot of resources that helped me in those days. And of course, as you know, our wives may be stuck in the home. They could not, like most of our wives, cannot speak English well, so that they were stuck in the home. They will be also depressed. If you know, guys, if your wife is pregnant, a lot of problems, a lot of things will happen. You will feel like you are pregnant also, not also your wife. So, and happy wife, happy life. So, we may have international students. I'm not talking in general. I'm not talking. But it's a fact. We may have conflicts in our workplace. We may have, but I'm not talking those factors affected all of the students. Just only one factor, if affected the student, it will affect his progress. we are also not isolated from what happened in our home countries. I want to talk what we have here now, what we have here as an international students. We have responsibilities and we have rights. What does that mean for me? We should know that, I'm not talking in general, but most of us came, I'm not talking about Jordan, I'm not talking about other country, but most of us came from countries that if you cannot claim, you cannot say that you have a problem with your boss, you cannot defend your rights. You may could not know what are your rights. And lauding that you have health issues, lauding that you have a disability, unfortunately, it's maybe shame, like in some of our countries. In campus resources, who helped me and who I saw that they help or they can help all students and especially the international graduate students. And why you will I may be asked now, why you are talking about these resources now? Those resources may be presented for you in the orientation. I am one of the international students who came here, who attend the orientation, who did not understand anything. I have housing issues, family issues, I have new language, my English may be not good to understand everything. That happens. Most of us will not attend these orientations. Maybe we are also not used to get the information using the presentations. That's one of the reasons. So what in-campus resources that help me? They have a lot of things in Orange Health Center. That they have the physical therapy. They have good stuff for me. They have free riding. I did not know that they have free riding. Just before 2 years, I discovered that they have free riding. I did not know. Office of for International Students and Scholars. This event is hosted from the OSS. For me, it has a lot of this office has a lot of advisors who can help us in our issues. My department helped me a lot. The chair of my department helped me a lot. Officially, I'm talking officially. They helped me a lot. My advisor helped me a lot. My professors helped me a lot. Now, the Student Parent Resource Center. I discovered this center just only before I told Dobrom. I discovered this center, or I know about this center just only before 1 month. This center now, when I know about this center, I know that they do a lot of free events for our children. They also offer like 5 days in a daycare for free for our children in a daycares. They offer a lot of helps for our children. I did not know about these things. And a lot of services for the families. Clinical social workers, those guys help me a lot. They are also in Orange Health Center. They are advisors who can just write formal letter for you, and you can use this letter. Any one of us can go through injustice during his study or during his work, so that they can help you, they can understand you. The counseling center also is one of the resources. But I want to focus here on this center, the Resource Center for Persons with Disabilities, the RCPT. The RCPT for me helped me a lot and help all of the students with disabilities. For me, this center has a lot of advisors, autism, visual, brain, chronic, learning, mobility. Who helped me? My professor family helped me a lot during my study. They came to me, they visit me in the hospital, they helped me a lot. My lab group members, we have my friends, like we have free children programs, Head Start, Get Start, Spartan Kids, so that we can send our children to free playing groups. Those things will release their energy and will help them. We have something called offices, pregnancy services or pregnancy choices. I know that I may appear like, I'm not asking for help or money, no, but those things help us a lot. I cannot buy as a grad student or international student like all the clothes for my child. I'm talking seriously. We have limited resources. We have limited financial resources. It's not shame that we have limited resources. The shame if we could not like succeed in our life. That's what I know. So those help us a lot. Those offices. The last thing, I helped the international grad students, the students with disabilities, and my friends in the ECE department. I believe that change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Do you know who said this quote? Obama, Mr. President. So that's what I want. I'm happy that I changed my status to help my fellows instead of getting help. And thank you to MSU that give me like a chance to do that so that I can reflect all what I learned here to my home country when I return back. Thank you for the OSS, thank you for Deborah, and thank you for you. Thank you very much.